Hey guys, so there are lots of requests coming every day about uploading MCQs for entrance exam, okay, basically. So I thought that I will be uploading, every day top 10 most asked questions which will be help you in any entrance exam of our nursing field, basically, of your respected country. So I will be uploading 10 questions every day with answer and rationale, okay. So I thought that it will be very helpful. So yeah, let's start top 10 most asked questions. First question is, a patient diagnosed with ulcerative colitis is admitted to the medical unit. When assessing the patient, which of these findings are most concerned or would be the most concern? Let's see. Oral temperature of 99.0 Fahrenheit or 37.2 degrees Celsius, and rebound tenderness, burbagamy, and bloody diarrhea. Okay, so I will give you time to select. What do you think, which is the correct answer? Tell me in the comment section. Okay, so the correct answer is rebound tenderness. Let's see why. It's a sign of peritonitis that could be the result of rupture of the colon, okay, and it refers to the pain upon removal of pressure, not during application of pressure. Okay, so when we put pressure in that area, during applying pressure the patient will not feel any pain, but when we remove our pressure, when we'll start removing our pressure, then at that time they will feel pain. So this is the most important characteristics. So let's move to the second question, which is, when a drug's effect is increased after a second drug is given, this interaction is called synergism, potentiation, antagonism, absolution. Okay, synergism, potentiation, antagonism, absolution. Now tell me what is the right answer, which one is the correct answer. Tell me in the comment section if you know. Okay, so the answer is potentiation. Let's see. It's a type of drug interaction. Potentiation occurs when two drugs are taken together, and here the action of one drug increases the action of other, causing the pharmacologic response to be greater for one of the drugs. Okay, means potentiation means you are taking two drug, so one drug effects will be overpowering the other drugs effects. Okay, so there will be, you can see, one drug is affecting and the other drug is not affecting. This calls potentiation. Yeah, the third question is, during an angiogram or arteriogram, the patient suddenly says, I am feeling really hot. Which is the best response? Option A, you are having an allergic reaction to the dye. I will get an order for Benadryl. Option B, the heat indicates that the clots in the coronary vessels are dissolving. Option C, let me get your doctor to explain the sensation to you. And the last one is, that feeling of warmth is normal when the dye is injected. It will last up to 20 seconds. Now tell me what's the best response. Yeah, so the right answer is option D, that feeling of warmth is normal when the dye is injected. It will last up to 20 seconds. Let's see the rationale. Patients should be instructed that it is normal to experience a warm sensation when IV contrast is injected. The feeling lasts up to 5 to 20 seconds. Let's see the fourth one. The wound care nurse is assessing a new client with a coccygeal pressure ulcer that is 4 cm into 7 cm. The nurse observed partial thickness, loss of dermis, and a pink or red wound surface and no slough. What would what wound stage is the pressure ulcer? Option A, stage 3, option B, stage 4, option C, stage 1, and option D, stage 2. Tell me the answer if you know it. Okay, so the correct answer is stage 2. Okay, I will tell you the characteristics of stage 3 also, because someone was asking. this is not the correct answer. I'm just telling you the stage 3 characteristics. Okay, full thickness, loss of dermis, full thickness, loss of dermis, these two are same. Subcutaneous tissue exposed and slow. And second stage is partial thickness, loss of dermis, pink or red bone surface, and low slough. Okay, so yeah. Let's see the fifth one. When caring for a patient with a cardiac dysarrhythmia, which laboratory value is priority for the healthcare provider to monitor? Option A, BUN and creatinine. What is BUN? If you know, comment below. BUN is blood urea nitrogen, and creatinine hemoglobin and hematocrit. PT and INR. Pretin is prothrombin time, and INR is what? INR? Comment below if you don't know. And if you know also, then also comment. Okay, INR is international normalized time. Okay, INR. Option D is sodium, potassium and calcium. Let's see the correct answer. Sodium, potassium and calcium is the correct answer. Let's see why. Abnormalities in sodium, calcium and potassium levels are likely to affect the depolarization and repolarization of cardiac cells. Okay guys, I just can't make you understand the whole topic here, because if I start making you understand the each and every rationale, then it will take lots of time, and every day we won't be able to continue 10 questions. Okay, but yeah, I will try to cover each and every topic separately so that you can understand. Now let's see the question number 6. The healthcare provider prepares to administer a corticosteroid to a patient with a diagnosis of asthma. What is the rationale for administering this drug to this patient? Option A, decrease airway swelling. Option B, promote bronchodilation. Option C, prevent respiratory infections. And option D, promote expectoration of mucus. I hope you know the correct answer, which is decreased airway swelling, because corticosteroids work by reducing inflammation, swelling and mucus production. Okay, let's now see the question number 7. When assessing a patient diagnosed with osteoarthritis, the healthcare provider looks for which characteristics of this condition? A, bilateral joint swelling, B, wedding gait, and C, it's wedding not wedding. Okay, C, decreased grip strength, and D, joint crepitus. The correct answer is joint crepitus, also called crepitation. Describe grinding, cracking or popping sound that occur when a joint moves. So it also, when the cartilage is lost. This sound is also heard when the cartilage is lost. Yeah. The question number 8. When evaluating the arterial blood gases of a patient with a 20-year history of chronic bronchitis, which of this would be the healthcare provider expect? A, respiratory acidosis compensated. B, metabolic alkalosis compensated. C, metabolic acidosis uncompensated. And D, respiratory alkalosis uncompensated. Yeah, so the correct answer is respiratory acidosis uncompensated. Let's see the rationale. Chronic bronchitis diminishes airflow during expiration, trapping carbon dioxide in the lungs. The increased CO2 will lower the arterial pH and causing respiratory acidosis. Let's see the question number 9. Which arterioventricular AV heart block is called MOPTIS 2? First degree AV heart block, second degree AV heart block, complete AV heart block and third degree AV heart block. Right answer is B, second degree AV heart block. It is also called MOPTIS 2 or high, and it's a disease of the electrical conduct system of the heart. And it's the pronunciation of this is hay, okay, not high. I just told it mistakenly. Okay, so the last one is, following of the death of a client, the hospice nurse and the client's son reposition the client. The son tells the nurse that his father seemed to breathe when they moved him. So what is the nurse's most appropriate response? A. I can assure you that this is very common after death. B. Let's listen to his lung sound that will prove that he has died. C. I'm sure you are mistaken, your father has passed. And the D is the sound you heard was trapped air escaping from his lungs. And the answer is the sound you heard was trapped air escaping from his lungs. Let's see why. The nurse should provide the fact that trapped air was the reason for the sound. You should not dismiss the son's concern or oversimplify the explanation. Okay, so I hope all these questions are clear. If you have any doubt in any questions or any rationale, then do let me know. I will take a separate class on that. Thank you so much.